Alrighty, here we
And
go.
we are live.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to our live stream today of Section 305. Today, Colio, would you like to tell everyone what we're going to be doing today?
Today, we're going to be doing a mock draft. That's right. The NBA draft is tomorrow night. We thought that we would come on a day before and give our predictions on who is going to get picked, where they're going to go. Stick around and find out.
But before we do that, let's just do a quick rundown. How have you guys been doing? Anthony, everything been good?
Subscribe.
I know we haven't seen you in the
Everything's
past few
good.
episodes, but everything okay?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Just been busy working life, but it's been good though, man. Busy off season already. Already a few trades have been down, so that's something. But and of course,
Hey, man.
we missed out on Kevin Durant. That'll be another episode for another time. That I will be barking a lot. I'm just gonna say that.
Well,
man. Like,
technically, we missed out on every person that's gotten traded so far.
I mean, we're
This
not
is
trading
true.
for them. I mean, but yeah,
It's
you
okay.
gotta-
It's okay. I fought for you. I fought for you for the Orlando trader in our last episode, so don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
I'll piggyback on that. Orlando won the trade. Orlando's gonna be better next season than New York.
Sir, top five in the
listen,
East, Orlando.
Listen, that they gotta do more. There's more moves to make with their roster. There's no doubt about it. But listen, Orlando will be dangerous next season. Just remember that.
Okay.
You know a team that's going to be dangerous? The Dallas Mavericks, who are first up on the clock, and Anthony has that selection.
Whoa. Now, before we jump right into it, I think very quickly, let me just describe everything to the viewers and how we're going to be doing this. So basically, just a quick rundown on how we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing each person makes one pick for every single team. Each person has a total of 10 picks. The first pick is going to go to Anthony. I will have the second pick, and Colio will have the third pick, and it's going to go in that order. From there, every person's going to act as a GM for that active team. We're going to take into factor of their current roster, possible moves in the future. You know, we're going to live the roles of the GM. There will be no trades because if we do trades, we'll probably be here for 3 hours arguing with each other about how it's not fair that I want the number 5 pick for the 20th pick. So we're not going to be doing that. But yeah, man, you know, we're going to take it fast. The first 3 picks, so it's going to be a minute 30 each. After that, it's going to be a minute each pick.
We're going to give our analysis of the picks that we made.
Quick little analysis as well as that. I think it'd be interesting.
And the others will do like a quick like letter grade reaction, so like A through F.
And so yeah, like Anthony, after your first pick, I want you to know we are going to give you an F because we already know you're going to go Ace Bailey with that number 1 pick.
Yeah, we already know, dude.
I'll just say, like, my only worry right now, because this is what messes my brain, is if a trade goes down with a pick, like right now, like if just something happens right now, you know what I'm saying?
We can always adjust.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is there's been no major first round picks being traded. I think the only one really has been KD with Phoenix. That's the only one.
Yeah,
so that's not bad. But I just hopefully no one messes with the groove of this thing.
Hey man, you know we're gonna see. But you guys just want to start? You just guys want to jump right into it? I mean, I got my notes. I got the board ready. So whenever you guys are ready, we can start. I mean. We can take our time too.
It's all on Anthony, man. He's got the first overall pick.
You got the first overall pick. So whenever you're ready, I'm starting that clock.
Put me in the clock.
Nick,
yeah.
Show people the board though. Show people the board that we got going on.
Very quickly for the board, I'm just gonna put it up in the background for everyone to see very quickly. Right here, it's a very small visual scale of it, but basically we have the board. We have all of our players going down the list right here. We have the current teams on the right-hand side giving us full notes on what's going on through that team. We even have contracts. We have contracts, how many years they're going to be on the team for. So it's going to be interesting. You know, even this site does give us a little bit of notes.
Oh, well. Damn.
Oh, snap. The trade news already?
Yep, trade news already.
Oh, my God. On the live. No way. All right, right before the draft. All right, so here we go.
Shams Charania breaks this down. 3-team trade: Boston, Atlanta, Brooklyn. Kristaps and a second-round pick go to Atlanta. Terrence Mann and Atlanta's number 22 overall pick goes to the Nets. George Niang and a second goes to the Celtics.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So it looks like they're going to clear up that money. They're clearing up the money for the future.
Yeah, I mean, the Nets, by the way, have
That's-
5 first-round picks this
That
draft.
was going to be known. I mean, like there was no secret that Boston was going to break this core up. We already saw Drew Hall. They get traded to Portland again, which is crazy to say that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, man, KP going to Atlanta. They needed a center anyways.
I mean, I disagree. They had Clint Capella, but Clint Capella hasn't been that good for them.
He's gone.
He was the
Oh,
free
that's
agent.
right.
so-
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
He's a
So
free agent, and so far the biggest name is of course the Lakers. They're gonna go for him. There's
We're
no
gonna
doubt
see,
about it.
man. Atlanta's the same story every year. I
We're gonna
doubt
do
that
some,
one
some-
Kristaps move's gonna move some stones in the future, unless Ricochet and the rest of their team can really get it together. And same thing with Trey Young. I don't really see this team moving forward anywhere. They need another.
Oh no,
star
me
on their
neither.
team.
I viewed Atlanta as one of those just teams that's just there, to be honest.
Like if
I-
Atlanta was a team that got Bane and they got Porzingis, now we're talking. Like that would be
I
an
think
interesting
Atlanta.
conversation.
I think Atlanta's going to be fine. I think that they're going to be really good next year. They're going to be kind of under the radar. People aren't going to. They're not going to
They'll
pick
definitely-
Atlanta, right? Because
I'll agree with
because
that one, under the radar,
like
because-
hey, they got Trey Young. They still got Trey Young for now. They get Porzingis. They get Okongwu.
would-
Another
this would
year, they get
be-
Dyson Daniels. You get another year of Ricochet. You get a healthy Jalen Johnson. I think this team is going to compete for sure, and they'll be up there.
I will
as one of
admit,
the
I think
biggest moves.
this is Trey Young's best teammate, or at least most talented teammate.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Because of course Atlanta's not a destination, so
Yeah,
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I could say. Yeah, I could see
All
that.
right. So number 22nd goes to Brooklyn this time. So
Who has 5 first-round picks in this draft?
That's wait. So what pick is that they give up? You said
22nd.
22.
so. Now
And
the
Terrence-
22nd. So that's
Terrence
22nd
Mann
pick.
is not a good player, so that is a big-time fleece.
Yeah,
from
we
Atlanta.
know that hate. We know about that one. We're familiar with that hate.
Damn. Wow. So that's wild. So now Brooklyn. Okay. All right. Cool. So whoever's gonna have that original Atlanta pick is gonna have fun making that.
That was Anthony.
Damn. Why you gotta do me like that?
It's okay. We're gonna listen for us when it comes now to drafting for Brooklyn. We're all gonna be separate GMs for Brooklyn, and we're gonna be like, what are we all doing?
Yeah, because they have, like I just said, they have 5 picks. They have 1/6 of the draft picks in this year's
Okay.
draft.
All
That'll be
right.
fun. I'll make it more
So should we just get it rolling before another trade breaks down?
Yeah. Let's jump right into it.
Okay,
If another trade breaks down,
I'm-
we'll just
okay,
burst it
so
out.
I'm Nico Harrison.
All right. Give me one
I
sec.
already
Fired.
I already-
Fired.
I already
You are
traded
now
Luka-
on the clock officially.
All right, I already traded Luca to LA, which caused conspiracies. I'm gonna trade Cooper. No, I'm playing. I'm not trading him. We are taking Cooper Flag with the first overall pick. That's
All right.
obvious. I mean, generational talent. There's so much potential with him, especially with the team he's going with. They re-signed Daniel Gafford, which was surprising to me. So I mean, it's hard to see where he fits because I feel like the front court is kind of packed in Dallas. So I guess for now, he'll be.
I think
coming
he'll
off-
be their small forward.
I think he'll come off the bench if anything to start. Then maybe somewhere down the line.
Nah,
he'll
you
start.
can't bench the first overall pick, dude.
I don't know, man. I mean, unless we got to see what happens. That roster, it's just a lot of front court players. But yeah, Cooper Flag, first overall pick.
I mean, that's just an obvious pick by
This is
anybody.
obvious,
I
yeah,
mean,
come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Ace Bailey, right? No, I'm kidding. Well, I mean, the second pick for me for the San Antonio Spurs isn't
I mean,
really
Nick,
that much.
Nick, before you go, what do you give that pick?
An A. I mean, it's the highest player on the board. It's an A for me. It's the best player in the entire draft out of Duke. I mean, he's been a highly talked about prospect now for 3 years. Coming out of where did he come out? Mount Verde Academy?
He was less than Duke.
Oh, I mean, no, in high school, because
high
I'm saying,
school,
like, this guy's been viewed since high school as like one of the next great ones. So I'm gonna go and give that one an A. What do you give it, Kolya?
It's got to be an A plus. I think you get a generational talent, as Anthony mentioned. To pair alongside, this whole team is going to be really good next year, I think, and they're going to use their size to their advantage. I think it's an A plus. Cooper Flag is a phenomenal player. So.
All right. Well, so far, Anthony, you're 2 for 2 on the A pluses. So enjoy it while it lasts, because you know it's gonna get heated in a bit. So
Your Charlotte pick, I'm gonna need you enough.
Hey, just calm
that's
down.
That's for Noah Essengate. That's for
Let
Essengate.
me,
Right?
let me get there, bro. Let me get there.
No way.
Well, for my second pick, since I'm on the clock, I'm just gonna go with Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper, he's a jumbo guard. He's a great playmaker. He's from my notes. He's a playmaking guard with drive and kick skills. My only thing that I noticed when I watched tape about him is that he needs more consistency scoring the ball. But regardless of that, I think San Antonio is going to have a really fun time with this guy, because he's very flexible in multiple positions, from the 1, the 2, and the 3 possibly. And now pairing him with Stephon Castle, I think it's going to be very exciting. And De'Aaron Fox, it's going to be very exciting for San Antonio fans.
Would you say the scoring thing it will still be an issue, even though he's got plenty of talent surrounding him?
Not necessarily. I think honestly he's going to be there more as a facilitating defender starting off in his rookie season, because right now they have a lot of scorers, a lot of guys that can come in and already put the ball in the basket. De'Aaron Fox, he's a guy once again who's someone who easily averaged 25 and 10 a night. Devin Vassell, Victor Wembanyama. I mean, what is there not to say about Victor Wembanyama? So this is a team that they're going to get this guy as a piece for the future, obviously, and to build on moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, Colia. It's pretty easy. I mean, A.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be an A. I wouldn't give it an A plus, because I'm kind of I'm confused by the fit on how he's going to fit next to Fox and Castle, because they just it's going to be interesting to see how that team works like that. But yeah, I mean, no doubt he's going to be a great player. He doesn't need to score right away, because you got Fox. Wembanyama is going to come back midway through the year, I would guess.
So far it looks like he'll be ready for training camp, or at least close.
Okay, so
it looks.
yeah, I mean, right away.
It's a good sign with all the injuries going on. It's a good sign to see that he's
at Rutgers, he was the number 1 option or the number 2 option. With San Antonio, he's gonna kind of be the 3rd or 4th option. So he doesn't need to score the ball a lot, as long as he can pass well and get these other guys open and involved. I think he's gonna be a great facilitator. Hopefully, a player like Drew Holiday, right? That's the kind of player who got traded, last night. But he's the kind of player that you kind of want for your team. A guy that can pass, he can shoot when you need him to, but a great defender. And I trust San Antonio to kind of develop him into being a great guard.
Yeah, and that leaves you after that.
Barnes too.
About time. It's about time. They need it. They need to. But yeah, Cole, you're on the clock right now. Clock just started. You got the next pick, number 3 pick for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, so the Philadelphia 76ers here, I think they could trade this pick. I know that's been the kind of rumor all in the offseason. I think that they should keep this pick. And with this pick, I'm going to go VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
The reason I say so is because, yes, it's another guard for Philly, right? But at the same time, look at Oklahoma City, who just won the championship. What did they have? They have a bunch of guards and a bunch of fast guards who are great at defending. The one thing that VJ Edgecombe is the best at is defending. They have the scorers in place. Maxey, McCain, Paul. You're hoping that a healthy Paul George and Embiid can score the ball for you, but you need guys that can defend. And so I think VJ Edgecombe is going to be that guy for them.
All right.
I think it's a good pickup. It's just the fact that Philadelphia needs to shred a lot of salary, to be honest. They committed so much money to Paul George and Joel Embiid, who I believe is a damn bum. So
hey, I mean they should ask those guys for a pay cut. I don't know if they will take it, and maybe they trade Paul George. Who knows?
I mean, I don't know anymore. Atlanta was really the top destination right now, and they went with KP. So
Yeah, so
I
maybe
again,
not.
it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup. It's just
So where would you rank that, Anthony? From an A plus to an F, where are you ranking it?
I'm only giving it a B only because of Philadelphia situation. But only
Yeah,
Philadelphia. That's
yeah.
really it.
I think that's
If it was anybody else, I'd probably give it an A. But it's just Philadelphia.
that's why I think they're probably gonna trade back. That would be kind of why I would say so. But I think they should stay and just take the best guy on the board for them. But if an offer is appealing, obviously, you got to think of how it's going to benefit your future. So,
Nick,
what do you give me?
I'm gonna give it a B. I'm an Ace Bailey stan. I love Ace Bailey, so I was expecting you to go Ace Bailey with that pick. But even with the Ace Bailey pick, I still probably would have gone with a B plus at least. I'm gonna go B plus for the BJ Edgecombe. He's an athletically gifted. He's an athletically gifted player. He's a great 2 guard. He can play the 2 and the 3 positions if you need him to. Like you said, he has incredible defense. So I mean, he's an athletic freak too. Like the dude's nasty. Like I really like him, but
yeah.
Not my Ace Bailey, but so I'm gonna go. I'll give you a B plus on that one as well. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Anthony, that leaves you with the number 4 pick. You are on the clock.
Your Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets. Buzz City, we here. Even though I'm mainly a Magic stan. All right. So
well, for this season, you were also a Charlotte stan, but we'll get past
true. That's true. So I heard some chatter, of course, that Mark Williams is expected to be traded. I'm not sure how soon, to be completely honest. And again, I reported that Orlando is a destination, not a top destination. It's just a destination. They've had some interest in him. Of course, injury concerns are the biggest issue. So they could seek a deal there, to be completely honest.
You got 1 minute.
Again, this is where I'm gonna hit myself. Sorry if I pronounce his names wrong. Okay, so for the 4th overall pick, I'm going with Duke center, Kaman Malouch.
Wow, what a pick! Okay.
Oh boy.
I think they're gonna listen. I know they like Musa Diabates as their backup. He had a really good season last year. And I just think like they need to move on from Mark. I love Mark. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he goes to Orlando. I would love to see him there. And I just think they go with a big with this top pick.
All right. I like the pick. I see your vision 100%. I see the vision with the center needs, especially with the whole Mark Williams situation. Nurkic was their center, right? Going like towards the end of the season.
He was their center, which makes
he wasn't terrible. He wasn't terrible. But it's not. It's Jusuf Nurkic now. Like it's not what they need.
He's slow. He's old, and he's like ignorant. So you just need that out of there.
Considering what we know about the top talent in the situation, I'm gonna give you a C plus. Just because I don't think it's a bad pick. I just think this is a guy that's going to be more of a project player moving forward. I think this is a guy he's going to fill into the Charlotte system very well, and he's going to develop. I just think there's more talent on the board that could have been picked. Like, again, Ace Bailey, Trey Johnson. I don't know. I don't think Jeremiah Fears would be considered there, but like Konkanupo, I like him for example.
My counter with that would be like, they're not trading LaMelo, at least not yet. They're not trading.
No, of course. But that's what I'm saying.
Brandon Miller.
Like,
so
I don't mind
it there.
Like, I don't mind the pick again. It's just the talent. I think this is going to be a guy that's going to take a little bit longer to develop. You're going to have to give him a few more years before you can see like his full potential. Like kind of like a Khalil Ware type of thing where like he's not a bad pickup, but like he's going to be a guy like just give him a little bit of time to like make his way in and let's see what happens because this is an exciting player. But I'm sorry.
Just because again, I don't know these draft prospects like that, and if you're gonna say that, I think as from a Hornets perspective, I think they'd be happy with at least patience rather than injury riddled.
Absolutely,
so I can respect that.
All right, Collier?
Yeah, I would give this a C. You know what? I'll give it a C minus. Okay. I don't think they're gonna go Malouak because if they trade Mark Williams to Orlando, let's say, you get back Wendell Carter or Goga Bitadze. I think that's a fine center. And you're probably not going to trade Nurkic because I don't know what team would trade for Nurkic.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
So they're going to have just a rotation of bigs. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a better player in my eyes. I think you could have gone with. I think you could have gone Con Knipple because he's the only guy that they have like worked out who's like the top prospect. And last year they had Tidjane Saliwan, the guy that their first
John
round
Saloon,
last
yeah.
year. He was like the only guy that worked out for them. So, and they wound up taking him at 6.
Oh, last year they worked out with other ones. Reed Shepard, I know, was in there. Dalton.
Yeah,
Knecht
but
was in there.
at that point he was already like off the board. Like, I mean, like of the
Yeah, no,
guys,
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But they worked out with
So
other top.
of the
top-
guys that are available right now, I think it's probably going to be Knipple at 4. You know, and they kind of need another guard outside of LaMelo here to, you know, kind of help him out when he's not, you know, when he's injured, and he's a great 3-point shooter. But Maluak, you know, I think he's got a lot of potential. I just don't think it's going to be with Charlotte. So yeah, that's why I would give it a C-. And real quick, I don't think Ace Bailey would fit here because I think him and Brandon Miller are kind of similar players. So it wouldn't really make any sense to make that move unless you're going to trade Brandon Miller, which I just don't see them doing.
All right. Well, since I have the 5th pick for the Utah Jazz, you know, I think this is going to be a very fun pick. And if this guy falls to them, I mean, I'd be happy at least. I got like a few seconds on the clock still. You know, I'm going to go. They still have Lowry. They still have John. I'm going to stick with Ace Bailey, you know, because at the end of the day, it's just at this point, it's just the highest player available. And this guy has the most upside and like some of the most upside in this draft. I've been following Ace Bailey for almost the entire college season. I barely watch college basketball as it is, but I watch Cooper Flag and I've watched Ace Bailey. And when you're watching Ace Bailey play with Dylan Harper as well, it makes it even more fun to watch. But I don't know what else to say about him. You know, he's a high upside shot maker, and I'm excited. I hope to see him on a good team. And in this case, he's going to Utah.
All right. I mean, that's obviously an A+ type of pick if that was the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would give it an A. You know,
because they're gonna trade a lot of those players too. They're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna move on from John Collins or
without a doubt,
or Markkanen, and so they don't really have a small forward right now. So I think he would be a good fit. You know, he's kind of, I don't know, like the fact that he didn't work out for any teams is scary. So I mean, you're betting on what you see on film. So, but you know, I mean, Utah, Danny Ainge is, you know, great.
If I was Danny Ainge, I'd be thrilled with that pick.
He's one of the top guys that you can trust to find the great talent, and Ace is going to be that guy for them if he comes there. So.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off, but you are on the clock now with your 6th pick, Qualia, for the Washington Wizards. The recently just traded Jordan Poole Washington Wizards, if I may say so myself. Qualia, you there?
All right. So, yes, I am here. All right. Sorry.
You are on the clock for the Washington. No, you're okay. You're on the clock with the Wizards, the recently traded Jordan Poole Wizards. So,
yes.
You're on the clock.
The CJ McCollum.
So they recently traded Jordan Poole.
You want the full details?
You have a minute and 10
I'm gonna go with Jeremiah Fears at Oklahoma.
Okay.
He's a point guard. You know, I think they kind of need a point guard. I would kind of move Bub back to the 2. Yeah, I mean, considering, I mean, they could go Trey Johnson, but I think Fears is going to be a true point guard that they haven't had, I think, since John Wall. He can be a guy that I think can just facilitate. You know, that's kind of what they need him to do. You know, okay. let the other guys play. You know, but Fears is going to be a great addition to this team. I could see them going Derek Queen, though. I could definitely see them going Derek Queen at 6.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I like the pick. You know, I think Fears is a great player. You know, Fears, he's a strong ball handler and a strong upside. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. There's too many people to keep down. But, you know, he's a strong ball handler. He has great playmaking upside. I think he'll fit well, especially again with Jordan Poole being gone now. And now they're kind of, I don't know what they're doing necessarily with their new movement. They're bringing in these old guys. Like I don't get it, but I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B.
If you look at it just from this perspective, like I believe Smart, I know McCollum, Middleton, those guys are on their final year of their contracts. So
they're just looking at the clear space, probably.
Yeah, it's just open up cap space because Washington's not doing anything special. So it's just okay, keep developing, but also bringing in nice veterans to help build up the young guys, and then from there they go where they go.
Yeah. So where are you gonna grade it, Anthony? I rated a B. I'm just gonna put it a flat B.
I'll give it a B plus.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, Anthony, you are back on the clock with the number 7th pick for the New Orleans Pelicans.
I was gonna take Jeremiah Fears. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they need to reconstruct the backcourt, especially now with this trade. Because even with Jordan Poole, I just feel like there's still some missing pieces there. Mm-hmm. So, I'm gonna go with probably the best player available. I don't think no one said his name yet. Trey Johnson.
Trey Johnson is still available. Good pickup. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm seeing, pretty good numbers he put up. So I think there's some promises there. Hopefully, you just hope that the Pelicans injury luck doesn't bite them again. That's all you can hope for right now.
Yeah, Collier, what do you think about that pick? Where are you going to grade it?
I think it's a good pick. It's kind of weird though because he's similar to Jordan Poole, who they just traded for. So I don't know. I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B as well. He was an elite shooter in college, nearly 40% from the 3-point range, and he has a lot of upside to him. So I like the pick. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
Poole's also on the final year of his deal. I have to double check. So I think that could be another thing too. Poole is just maybe like a fancy.
Right, so you're back on the clock.
Fans New Orleans be flashy and stuff. So what's up?
Take it. What's up?
You're on the clock now with the 8th pick.
Yeah, I was waiting for Anthony to finish.
Oh,
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Well, now I'm on the clock with the 8th pick. Thank you.
Yes.
For the 8th pick, damn. Essengay's available. I know that would be a good pickup. Russell's on his last year. Melton's on his last year. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for a little surprise here. This may be considered a little bit of a reach for a lot of people. With this number 8 pick for the Brooklyn Nets, I'm gonna go Carter Bryant out of the University of Arizona.
Oh,
wow. I gotta go to my notes. I'm sorry because I remember because Cole, you actually got me on Carter Bryant. He's a very flexible guy. He's a good 3 and D guy. Again, out of Arizona, so not really much. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with him.
Okay. How good would you say his defense is?
It's pretty good. I consider it to be like for this class, it's pretty good. Like it's like what. God, I sound like a casual.
It's up there. I think he's one of the
I would say for his position, I would say he's at least top 5 in his position for this class in defensive wings.
Damn. Okay, that could be good for Brooklyn, really.
Nah, it should be nice. So, yeah. You guys can grade it if you want, or we can move on.
I'll give it a B plus.
And I think
if he's that good of a defender and can shoot the 3 pretty good, then that's a great piece for Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'd give it a B as well. I just think, you have Cam Johnson who's a good 3-point shooter, but you need other guys who can come in and shoot the lights out of the ball. And
I'm not gonna lie,
Carter Bryant is that guy.
For me, his floor for Carter Bryant is like a Kevin Knox type of player. That is his floor in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
I hope he doesn't hit that, but I like the pick for Brooklyn. Just someone to build on, someone to fill in with Cam Johnson to basically perform the same functions as him. So I think it's a good fit.
All right.
So Collier, you're back on the clock with the number 9 pick for the Toronto Raptors.
All right. So the Raptors. I don't know. They kind of need a lot, but at the same time, I feel like they don't really need too much. So I'm gonna go Derek Queen here at 9. I think
Okay.
he's maybe they move on from Jakob Pertl. Even if they don't, I think he's gonna be a good backup, big for them. Yeah, I mean, had a decent year at Maryland. He's definitely one of my favorite players for sure in this class.
I do like the pick for the fact that he can also space the floor. Like I consider him to
mean,
be like one of those like
they're,
one of those
they're
things
already
with really
gonna have
good touch
Scotty
on
Barnes.
shot.
Yeah, I mean, they're already gonna have Scotty Barnes running the point guard next year. So, yeah.
I like it.
I think he's facing it.
I like it. I can see it. I'll probably give it like a B, a solid B again. Sorry, I'm only going to be giving out Bs now. I'm not going to be like blown away until I see like one of the guys that I really like go to this team. Unfortunately, I'm kidding. We'll see. But Anthony, where are you going to grade it?
I only hate it because I was gonna take him for my next pick. So this is like putting me in a real tight hole. But
Yes.
but it's a good pick. Toronto is gonna need size for sure. I think Chris Bouchard. I can't say his name.
Yeah,
But,
Chris
he's
Boucher.
gone. Boucher, thank you. He's gone. It's just gone. I mean, they've been trying to tap into his potential for damn near 3 years now, and it's just been nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Hey man, they got a ring out of him though. They got a ring out of him.
They did get a ring. They did get a ring out of him, but hey, it's time to move on. I'm just surprised they're really committed to Jakob Pertl. I'm surprised.
Yeah, man.
But
So,
it's a B plus. It's a B plus move. It's a B plus pickup. Yeah.
I like it, but it's back to you, man. With the 10th pick, the Phoenix Suns. Where are you gonna go with this? The recently traded Kevin Durant Phoenix Suns. Where are we going with this?
So, okay. The whole mindset of them. I know this from reports from John Gambadoro, a Suns insider. Their only priority really is the front court. They need anything front court really. I'm gonna go with Colin Murray Boyles.
Wow. Okay.
Power forward.
Right.
Power forward. I mean, looks like he can score and pass pretty good. The rebounding, I hope that he continues to be big on that. So I hope he can provide great size at a young age and be impactful right away. Because the Suns just need that. They need size because they're gonna trade Grayson Allen. They're gonna trade Royce O'Neal. We'll see where that goes and where they can get for those two players. But this draft is without a doubt just front court.
Yeah. No, I like it. I'm going to give it a B. I'm giving out too many Bs at this point, but I'm going to give it another B. I think you lost Kevin Durant, but you're bringing this guy, another young guy, rookie.
That was the benefit. They get their own pick back.
Yeah, exactly. Like they get a good defending player. KD's a good defender, but he's not like an amazing defender. But you get a great defending rookie, and he obviously has developed his jump shot. But I think just having rookies with a great defensive mind are more important to have than anything else. So I like that pick. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'll give it a B plus.
That's what made Ryan Dunn exciting. His rookie year, he was a good defender until he got injured, which was unfortunate.
Well, hopefully it doesn't happen. Colio, what are you gonna think with the pick? What do you think about the pick?
I think it's a great pick. I think he's one of the best defensive players in this class. I could see him being like a Draymond type player. Like as like a
longer there then.
Huh?
Good thing Nurkic's no longer there. If he's gonna be Draymond Green.
Yeah, right. But I think he's gonna be like that's the ceiling for him. I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the biggest guy. I mean, he's only 6'7", so that could be a concern into him potentially slipping. But I think maybe they go Asenge here, kind of just a little bit taller, the flexibility, maybe like a Kevin Durant type, skinny guy, whatever. So I mean, I like the pick. I'll give it an A.
Okay, well there you go, Anthony. There you go.
All right, I get another A.
With the potential. Right. That's why. Because of the potential
that's the point of the draft, the potential.
Exactly.
Well, since I am now back on the clock, I already know who I was going to take with this pick. This is Collia's guy. Colia knows about this guy very much. I'm going to go with Noah Essengay out of France, number 11 to
11,
the
11.
Portland Trailblazers. You know, I like Essengay. I think Essengay is going to be a good fit for them. I think he'll be a good fit. I think he'll be a fun project player for them to develop, and we'll see where it goes.
Damn. He's not that high. He's not that high on the boards.
Hey, man. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think he's a very sneaky player. Colia kind of convinced me that he's a little sneaky player.
I've seen him go as high as 8 in a mock draft. So I think the lottery, like the end of the lottery, I think that's a fine pick. I think he's going to be a really good player. Kind of similar to Zachary Richeche. You know, kind of came on at the end of last year. But just, you know, a guy that can be, you know, flexible with his positioning, you know, and that's kind of what Portland needs now that Simons is out the door. He could kind of play the 3, I think, and him and Toumani Camara, I think are going to be a really good pairing at that 3 and 4 positions, and they're both French, so it'll work out pretty easily. Portland, though, a team to watch maybe. In the West for a playing spot.
Maybe. We'll see about that. But, Colia, I'm going to actually go back to you. Actually, Anthony, do you want to grade the pick, or it's okay if you don't want to? We could.
I'll give you an A+, Nick.
Thank you.
I'll give it a solid B.
Okay, I'll take it. All right, well, Colia, now that leaves you with the Chicago Bulls with the number 12 pick.
Yeah, I'm going Concanipple. I'm going He's the best player on the board here.
Yeah,
you can move Matas Buzelis to the power to the small forward position, and I think having Concanipple and Josh Giddey and Buzelis is going to be a really nice young trio for them. You know, all different guys, and you know, like one's more of an athlete, one's more of a passer in Giddey, and then you know. Knipple's a 3-point guy. You know, he's a 3-and-D guy. More so the 3. I think he's a great shooter. But yes, I do think he is going to be. If Chicago gets this, they are going to be just doing backflips in their draft room because this guy is going to be a really good player.
All right, Anthony, what do you think about the pick?
I'll give it a B+. Only because Chicago, they're known to just mess around too much. But in terms of the player, it's a great pick. And like Cole said, if they were to get him, it'd be dangerous.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, you know, I'll go with the B as well. I don't know if they have necessarily a shortage in shooting guards. I think this is just best player available at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, you can slide him over to the 3, and then like Cole was saying, you can slide Buzelis to the 4. In my eyes, he's a natural 4. But yeah, I like the pick. He's a great shooter. You know, he's a crafty playmaker, and he's a combo wing. So I think it's very interesting. I think it's a good pick. So Anthony, now I'm gonna leave you with the number 13 pick with the Atlanta Hawks.
They're still gonna need some size, even with KP now, in my opinion, especially with this injury history. Listen, KP's too injury prone, so I need some depth in that front court. So I'm gonna go with Thomas Sorber.
I like that pick
from Georgetown. I mean, 6'10", provides great size. That's what Atlanta's been doing the last couple of years, is adding size to their roster. So I like the pick. I think pretty good defender from what I'm looking at. So
I like it. I'm for the way he plays. He's more of a traditional big, but I don't know.
So was Clint Capella to a certain extent.
But the whole idea with like getting like Porzingis is to kind of shift away from the paint presence bigs. So I'm sorry, Anthony, I'm gonna have to give you a C on this one just because you just traded for Porzingis, and I understand that you got the big, but you also have Onyeka and Kongwu that performs almost the exact same function as.
Okay, but let me say this though. I mean, do we trust KP to be healthy for a full season?
Hey man, can you trust half that team to be healthy for a whole season?
Can we trust the Miami Heat with anything?
And we're not talking about the Heat. We're talking about the Hawks. But no, you can't trust the Heat.
Hey,
Just a little bit of
that's a
shade
few
for
picks
Raul.
later.
A little bit of shade for Raul.
And Colio, what do you have? What are you going to grade it?
I'll give it a B plus.
Okay.
I think it's a good pick. I just think maybe they could go the guy from Georgia. They could go Asa Newell with this pick. He is from the University of Georgia, so it'd kind of be a fitting pick.
I was debating.
He's also a guy who's got a crazy size too.
Yeah, I was gonna think about him, but the thing is, like, Thomas can play the 4 or the 5, so I kind of like that flexibility right there.
That's true.
Well, with that, I mean, I'm back on the clock with the San Antonio Spurs for the number 14th pick. And, with the first pick that I already took, with taking Dylan Harper, I'm actually going to take your advice right here, and I'm actually going to go Asa Newell. I think Asa Newell would fit very well for this team. I was looking at other players like Liam McNeely, but I'm not really high on Liam McNeely like that. So I'm going to go Asa Newell with this 15th pick for the San Antonio Spurs. And if I'm the Spurs, I think I had a very successful draft. I got Dylan Harper and Asa Newell with those picks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a A in my book. Because
I'll give it a B+.
He's 6'11". He can do a lot. So
yeah, I'll give it a B+. So it's all good.
All right. Well, sorry. Someone just walked into the studio for a second, so just had to make sure.
You're good.
Anyways, Qualia, you're up with the next pick, number 15th pick. You are now with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yes, sir.
Now
NBA champ.
And what are you going to do with that Isaiah Hartenstein money? I'm kidding. What are you doing with this pick?
I'm going to go – I think they could trade Hartenstein. I think that's a possibility. So I still think they need some backup big help. So I'm going to go Danny Wolf here. I think he's got the flexibility to play both. I kind of like, three-point. He's a good three-point shooter. He's a guy that I think is going to be another great defender for them. So, and he brings the size that they need. Who's to say Chet won't get hurt again or Hartenstein? And I think Danny Wolf is going to be the pick here at 15.
If I may say so, low-key, maybe another Chet Holmgren, possibly. Maybe another.
Possibly, but I think he's a little bit heftier than Chet.
We'll see.
He's 252 pounds. So
okay. I like it. I'll give that one an A in my opinion.
You're a defending champ, so yeah, why not? You're gonna get it.
Listen. If you're selected by Sam Presti, you are gonna be an amazing basketball player.
No. I don't know about that, but yeah,
pretty much true. Nine times out of 10.
I mean, name a bust that he's drafted.
Ousmane Dieng.
Damn. Okay.
Well, he was ready. He was ready for that one. He was ready for that one. Well,
respect.
Anthony, you're back on the clock with the number 16th pick. You are going to be picking now for the Memphis Grizzlies. Yes.
Not the Magic.
At my city, even though there's no parade happening in Memphis anytime soon. I'm gonna go with the simple one here. Nikkei Clifford.
Okay.
I mean, shooting guard / small forward. They're gonna look to potentially sign and trade Sami Aldana. So I think they're gonna need replacement there. So they'll go with that one.
Ooh.
Wow.
Not even a Desmond Bain replacement, a Santi Aldama replacement. Ooh.
I mean, they already have like 4 guards right now. Obviously with Ja, they have Contavious. They have
you said Nick Clifford, right?
Junior.
You said Nick Clifford, right?
He was a wing.
He plays the 2 and the 3.
Yeah, so you can go put him on the 3 most of the time.
Okay, all right. I like the pick. I'm gonna give it a B. I'll give it a B.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give it a B.
Listen, man, we're already at 45 minutes. I'm just gonna start rapid firing through I'm not even gonna start naming the players anymore.
I mean, I think we'll be fine even past an hour as long as you just don't go friggin' 3.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Well, with the number 17th pick for the Minnesota Timberwolves, I am now on the clock. Let me start my timer. Oh, well, my timer already started, I guess. Wow. What do I do about this team? Good Lord. Yikes. You know what? This is going to be a random pick. I think this is going to be he's the best player available on the board still. I don't know why he hasn't been taken. I mean, I know why he's been taken. It's for fit. I'm going to go with Kasparas I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Kasparas Jakucionis. Jakucionis. Thank you.
Jakucionis. Yeah.
You know, he has good spacing. He's an elite rebounding guard. He's comfortable in his off-platform step backs. He has solid recovery off screens. You know, so I mean, I'm just gonna go Kasparas. He's also the best available on the board. So
yeah, I mean, I think to have him at 17 is tremendous value for Minnesota. I know that you went Dillingham last year. That doesn't matter. I think this
Mike Conley's getting old, man. It's not you got to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
1000%.
I think this is an A. I mean, for
Also,
where you take him.
Despite like the limited playing time, Minnesota likes Rob. So
Yeah.
it was just more of a timing matter rather than the potential matter. But he could definitely have a bigger. Rob can definitely have a bigger role next season.
I hope to see it. He's a really fun player to watch.
For sure.
Oh, Collier, you're back on the clock with the number 18th pick for the Washington Wizards.
Yes, sir. The Washington Wizards. All right.
The 6th overall pick was
they just
Jeremiah
traded for
Fears.
Kelly Olynyk. Yes. So they just traded for Kelly Olynyk as part of the Jordan Poole trade. I still think that they're going to go center here. I'm going to go, and I know that because Sarr can play the 4, which is where I think he will wind up playing. I'm going to go Joan Berenger, the center from France. I think you build as many French players as you possibly can if you're the Washington Wizards. You got Koulibaly, you got Alex Sarr. You know, now you get to
together.
A lot of
Victor Wembanyama, you are Washington Wizard in 2030.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
I mean, he's super young too. So he's you know, he's not even 19 yet. So
keeping the Frenchmen together, I think I'll give it a B plus. I'll give it a P plus for the Frenchman. I'm American, so I have to go B. I can't give that an A.
Wow.
Anthony, you are on the clock now with the 19th pick for the Brooklyn Nets. The original pick at the number 8 spot was Carter Bryant, if that helps with your draft picking.
It does not.
Okay.
I looked at what they need. I just looked at their roster. They have a lot of free agents pretty much. Obviously, Cam Thomas will be back. There's no doubt about that one. But I'm going to go a little, maybe a direction that many may not see, but I'm gonna go with Igor Denim. Wait, what the hell? Demon?
Igor Demon. Yeah,
Demine.
That's a good pickup. Oh, Demine, sorry.
Yeah,
it's a good pickup. It's a good pickup. I like that.
Demine.
Thank you. Again,
an oversized
gonna come off my tongue real bad.
An oversized combo guard, and he fell that far to you. I think that's a good pickup. I like that. I'll give it an A.
All right.
Yeah,
I got
I would give it the same. Yeah. It's kind of like where he's projected to go. So, but I think the upside is there definitely for Brooklyn.
Well, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen watching, I am now on the number 20th pick for the Miami Heat. Unfortunately, I did.
Yes.
I specifically wanted to host today, so I would not have to make this pick today. And now that
you want to call up real quick?
Nah, he's busy.
He's working right now. And the Heat have a lot of different options to go to with this pick. And there's a lot of players on the board that I really like, and I think that the Heat would take. Wow, I am on the clock. I have 30
I would
seconds.
just say this while Nick is thinking. Like, this might sound like a hot take. Maybe I don't know. Depending on who you ask. Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware, you Jaime Jaquez Jr., you guys better show us that you're worth not trading for KD. I mean, you better show it. Otherwise, that's your whole career.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So the pick is in. So due to the recent rumors that have been going on for a while about the Miami Heat possibly looking to trade for John Morant, I personally believe in them, but I still feel like the Heat have a shortage of guards. So with the 20th pick, the Miami Heat will go with the Frenchman, Nolan Traore.
Let's go.
Dude, you get an F. I'm giving you an
I'm
F.
sorry. He's cool. Okay,
I'm giving you an F because I was going to take him at 21.
I love Traore. I think Traore is a very exciting guard. I think he's someone who's going to be very fun to watch in this league. His shooting needs to go up, obviously, but he's a very smart player with dynamic ball handling. He's a great defender. He's not a great defender, but he can be a good defender of the Miami Heat system. And I think it's just a fun name to watch. At this point, this guy was projected to be a top 5 prospect in this draft. And, I still think that the potential is
there's
there.
a reason he slips.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why a lot of players slip. And you know what happens when there's players out there that slip and they still get drafted and they still perform. So I have a lot of potential and hope for this guy. And if I was a Heat fan, I know a lot of people wouldn't be happy with it. I would personally be happy with it. So I'm going to go.
I would just say it's a good pickup. I'll give it a B. But here's the thing, Nick. We know how the Heat work. They're gonna send him to the G League. They're gonna not play him any minutes.
Whoa. You're gonna draft a center, actually. You know they're gonna actually draft a center, right? That's the way we work. We draft positions of not needed. That's the way we do things.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I gave you an F.
No matter who we draft, we're gonna send him to the G League. We're gonna not play him minutes, and we're gonna be tweeting out every day, or at least on Instagram, whatever you want to use, being like, "Give him minutes, Bo. Give him minutes," and we're gonna keep talking about it. Post All-Star break, he gives him minutes. It's too late. We're already in the play-in, and that's our season.
Oh, whatever.
I've seen the future.
Whatever. If we don't get Will, listen. If it's either Jace Richardson,
confirmed. The Heat are already in the play-in.
If we can either get Rasheer Fleming, Jace Richardson, Will Riley, or Nolan Traore, I'll be happy as a Heat fan. Maybe not Will Riley, but I'll be happy.
I think they're gonna go Will Riley. Honestly, Pat Riley having the chance to draft somebody with the last name as his. I think it's gonna happen, dude.
That's our new franchise player, Will Riley. That's our new franchise player.
Well, I hope to God not. So, Kolia, you are now with the number 21st pick for the Utah Jazz. The 5th overall pick was Ace Bailey, by the way, just to remind you.
All right. So I was gonna go Traore, but you took him. So now I got to kind of pivot.
We have all been doing very well with the clock, if I may say so. Like, we have not had to stop once for the clock. So good job, guys.
The Jazz, I think, are a good team. Can be a good team. I don't think they are a good team. I think they'll get better with Ace Bailey. That's for sure. But with this next pick, I think they got to go guard. I know they went forward last year. They went Cody Williams last year, who was like a wing player. I think they're going to move on from Sexton. I like Keontae George playing the point guard for them. Maybe they move on from Jordan Clarkson. So I'm going to go Jace Richardson here at 21. He's a bit undersized. He's only 6'1", 6'2". But, he's an incredible shooter. Kind of what you need. He's a decent defender. Look, he's a Tom Izzo guy, right? Tom Izzo guys typically are pretty good. Like teams trust Tom Izzo. So I think Utah having Ace Bailey and then drafting a guy from, that's the son of Jason Richardson. I think they'll be happy with their first 2 picks.
All right.
But I want to see what you guys think.
I personally, I'm not gonna lie. For Jace Richardson, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not very big. I know that he's a wing shooter and he's a catch and shoot type player, but I'm not really sure about his defense. I'll give it a B. Sexton's still on contract for the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that point he can fill in as like backup starting off his career and then eventually just earn his way into the rotation, which he probably will. But again, they have Keontae George, they have Colin Sexton. I'll give it a C. I'm sorry, I'll give it a C+. I'm sorry, Kolia.
I'll give it a B-. Is
it because I gave you an F? That's why. All right.
No, it's not because you gave me an F. It's an understandable F. You hate Traore. So now going back with the number 22 pick.
No, I just hate that you made Traore.
Huh?
I hate the fact that you made that pick.
Yeah, I wanted Traore. That's why I made that pick. All right, now with the number 22nd pick for the Atlanta Hawks, Anthony,
Well, not anymore.
That's right.
no.
Not anymore.
Oh, the
Yeah, let me-
Brooklyn Nets.
Sorry. Let me trade that pick very quickly. Hold on. Let me trade that pick very quickly.
I mean,
Just
either
trade,
way,
just in that thing, just trade like a second for
either way,
so
it
that
didn't
it
really
just
change
works.
it didn't really change my view on this pick. I think they can still go here in this one. Because Nick Claxton, we don't know his future yet. So I'm gonna go with center. I'm sorry if I pronounce his name wrong. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh. Juwan Beringer.
Wait, give me one.
No, I
second.
took him already.
Wait, oh damn, I gotta go crazy.
Gave him to Washington.
Give me 1 second.
Damn you, Collier.
Collier, it does not let me trade the second round pick.
All right, and let me see what I got here. What I got?
Just keep it.
All right,
Just
I'll
keep
I'll
keep
make
it
the
as
pick. It's
Brooklyn,
fine.
but we'll know that it's
Screw it. Just give me.
that it's
give me
Atlanta, but
Will-
we know that it's Brooklyn.
You know what? We already talked about it. Give me Will O'Reilly in Brooklyn.
Okay. All right. There we go. I like it. It's not a bad pickup. That's a little fun. That's a fun guy to put on there. I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B minus. A C plus. I'll go C plus. Actually, I changed my mind. Sorry, Anthony.
It's all right.
Did you go Will Riley?
Yeah, I went Will O'Reilly.
Yeah, I'll give you a B. I'll give you a B plus actually. I think it's a good pick. You know, maybe he goes with their third pick, maybe. But you know, I mean, I think he's going to be a good player. You know, he's one of those wing players, so he could play the three. Definitely, he could be the starter this season. So I think that could be a good pick. So that's why I gave you a B plus.
All right.
All right. Well, with my next pick for the 23rd pick for the New Orleans Pelicans, I'm on the clock. Damn. it.
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 sec to think. I'm sorry.
And they went Trey Johnson with their first pick. Yes.
Yes, Trey Johnson was their first pick. I'm trying to see if this is the guy that I want. Like 100%. No. Sorry, guys. When I well, a little deeper in the draft, and I need I need a little more notes.
Anthony,
I still got 30 seconds.
Team, your favorite team you're picking for next.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
favorite team
no.
you're picking for next.
I'm ready for this one.
Better roll out the red carpet.
All right, screw it. You know what? I'm just gonna take him with the 23rd pick for the New Orleans Pelicans. They need a center in my eyes. I'm gonna go with Maxime Reynaud out of Stanford.
Okay.
I know
right.
Collier won't like that pick. You know, in college he averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds off of 46% shooting.
What?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't
he
I
did.
like that pick?
I mean, I don't know. I thought you wouldn't like that pick, but you know, I think it's a fun pick, and I feel like it's a position in need for them. So I'm gonna go with Maxime for them.
Yeah, I'll give you a B minus only because I think they went Yves Missy last year, who turned out to be pretty good for them. So
That's right. I forgot about him.
True, but they
So,
still need
I mean,
center depth.
they have a
They
taller-
basically
they have a
got
taller
backup
big,
center.
you know, yeah, a taller big as a backup. You know, you don't need to play him right away. But yeah, I think he'll be a good player.
I'll give it a good B plus.
Yes, I'll take it.
See, I don't know why you thought I hated him, but I
I don't know. I thought there was someone that you didn't like. All right. Well, don't worry. With the 24th pick,
No, it
you're
was
back
only
with the
Traore.
NBA. All right. Well, you're back with your NBA champions. Well, not your NBA champions, but the NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes, the
24th
NBA
pick.
champion.
You took
Yeah,
Danny
so I
Wolf
gave him
with your
Danny
first
Wolf
pick.
the first time
Yeah.
around, and now we're gonna give the Oklahoma City Thunder, a great defensive team. We're gonna give them another 3-and-D guy. Nick, he's at the bottom of that board right there. Cedric Coward from Washington State.
Okay. Well,
This
tell me a little
guy,
about
I think,
Cedric
is going to
Coward.
be really good. He is a senior, so maybe I think honestly, I think if Miami had the pick here, I think they could take him. But he's a senior. You know, average. I mean, he put up 19, 8, and 4 with 2 blocks and a steal. The comp, like the max the max or the ceiling for him is Kawhi Leonard. Like that's what I've seen from the Ringer. That was their comp. So if they can walk away with Danny Wolf and a potential Kawhi Leonard with the NBA champs who are already super young, I think having a veteran guy like that, quote unquote veteran guy, him and Danny Wolf are both 21. So, they wouldn't be the youngest guys on the team. So I like this draft so far for Oklahoma and Sam Presti. But they'll probably trade one or both picks on tomorrow.
All right. Well, I wasn't really familiar with them, so I don't really feel comfortable giving a letter grade. So if I had to give you one, I'll give you a B. I'll give you a B+.
I'll give it a.
All right.
I'll give it an A- only because again, the Thunder, Sam Presti, they turn these players into just geniuses.
I mean, yeah, sure.
And with a guy and with a comp of Kawhi Leonard, whew.
Potential
Well,
talent.
Anthony, you are on the clock with your Orlando Magic.
Okay. I'm pretty sure no one said this guy's name, so I should be able to take him. From the University of Florida, point guard Walter Clayton Jr.
Okay, that is a fun pickup.
Listen. He's been linked to the Magic for a while now. Now, obviously, it came out recently that he canceled workouts with multiple teams. Only worked out for the Heat twice. But I mean, come on, Orlando's right there. So I'm pretty sure they watched enough games. I like his potential. I mean, he just won a championship, played a big role in that.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely just see a good matchup. They need a point guard too, by the way. They need a point guard still. I know Suggs is not a natural point guard, but I think they'll still roll with him and not regret. And they won't regret it. I think he'll be good next season. So I think Clayton as a backup will be really, really good. I think they'll trade probably Jett Howard in the upcoming days. So I just think Walter Clayton can be a really good fit for this team.
Collier, what do you think about the pick?
The only thing that I worry about is his size. Him and Suggs sharing the court, I think, are going to be relatively small.
It will be, but you have to keep in mind Suggs is already an all defensive guard, so I think he can make up for whatever Clayton lacks.
That's true. But I think having, I don't know. I think it's a good pick. I mean, he proved that he was clutch in college, so we'll see. For where he went, I'll give you a B+.
Okay, I'll take it. Nick?
Yeah.
I have to go with the B+ as well. I like him. I mean, I personally wouldn't pick him I mean, if he became to the Heat, I wouldn't mind either in real life. But for our sake, I like the pick. He can play the one. I saw him more as a 2 guard in college when he played for Florida. He was a fun player to watch. Quick traffic navigation defensively. He was good on ball pokes. He's a pretty good defender. His only problem, I mean, from what I'm reading, is that he has poor lateral movement, not a great rebounder, but in a combo guard doesn't really matter. The size, I don't think it'll matter too much for him, considering that he'll probably come off the bench for, like you said, for probably Suggs and Bane now. I think it's going to be a really good fit for him, especially with his age as a senior. So he's already kind of well acquainted and just, built for the game at this point, because when you're a senior and you played for 4 years, you're kind of ready to go into the NBA at that point. So
exactly. And listen again, the Magic are not done making moves. They're looking to go on a deep playoff run next year, and unlike the Heat, the Magic are going for it. Hey, yes, I'm gonna keep throwing this shade. The Magic are going for it. They're still not done making moves. They have a ton of assets to deal with. To draft a potentially ready now NBA draftee is perfect for them.
Listen, until I see the Heat make a move, I don't blame you on that statement. Well, I'm going to take the 26th pick with, again, the Brooklyn Nets. Wow. Carter Bryant, Igor Demon were already taken. So
this is their 4th pick.
Wow. I mean, at this point, they probably would have traded it by now. But you know probably. What? I'm gonna give him some more. I'm gonna give him some more wing depth. I'm gonna give him Rasheer Fleming. I like Rasheer Fleming. He's a fun little defender. He has great hustle. He has good change of direction. He's a very athletic finisher. So, and surprisingly, he's a very high 3-point percentage too. Very good shooter. So, I'm going to take Rasheer Fleming.
Okay.
I like it. I'll give you an A- on that.
What
I think he's
position
going to be a good
does he
player.
play?
He plays the power forward. He's a 6'9" power forward.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna give that a solid B+. Yeah.
All right. Well, Colia, you're on the clock with the
And
Brooklyn Nets.
he's from St. Joseph, so it's not too far. It's not too far from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
So.
it works out. But you are on the clock again with the Brooklyn Nets. Sorry to skim it a little quicker, but that's why you are on the pick with the Brooklyn Nets. So we got Carter Bryant, Igor Demon, and Rasheer Fleming.
Yes.
This is an entire team of us. So you make the pick.
I'm gonna go with a guy that could have been like, if you told me at the beginning of the year, I thought this guy was going to be a lottery pick. Now he's going to be picked 27 in this draft. That's crazy. Liam McNeely from UConn is the pick that I'm going to go here. I mean, he slid down these boards. I think he's going to be a good player. You know, he's 6'8". He's kind of got. I worry about his defense, but when you have 4 other first-round picks, you know, you gotta take gambles at some point. So I'm gonna go with McNeely here at 27.
Okay.
Anthony, any thoughts on the pick? Or
I think it's a solid pick, especially for Brooklyn. I mean, again, having 5 first-rounders is just wild. So it's just too much. It's just a lot of potential. So I like it. I'll give it a good B+.
Well, I'm the opposite. I'm actually going to go with a C- on this one. Maybe. Yeah, I'll give it a C-.
Generational hater.
The only reason why I say C- though is because in our draft we took Carter Bryant, we took Igor Demon, and we took Rasheer Fleming. We took 3 players that can play the wing position already. I just don't see a reality in which Brooklyn would do that.
Well, I think Demon's going to play the point guard position for them because they don't have a point guard.
Yeah, that is true. Demon could play the 1, but again, we took Carter Bryant at the 8th overall pick, so you would have Liam McNeely and Carter Bryant going at it against each other, and they already have a lot of wings on their roster as it is. So I'm going to give it a C-. Like, I don't think it's a bad pick. I just think there could have been something.
Yeah, I just kind of think, you know, it's like a dart throw. You know, you just
listen. It's a value pick at the end of the day. It's a value pick, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
Now, with our last 3 picks, this is taking us a while, but it's been a good time. Anthony.
Yeah, but the fact that we haven't taken like 2 hours or 1:30 is pretty good.
Hey man, we're good with it. Anthony, would you like? This is your last pick of the draft.
Boston Celtics.
The Boston Celtics with the number 28th pick. I expect you to pick someone terrible here.
Well, they just traded Drew. They just traded KP. They're gonna trade Sam Hauser at some point. Not sure where yet. I think they'll likely keep JD Davidson on their roster. I think they'll pick up his team option. Solid point guard. But I think I'm gonna add some depth to it. Because they use Derek White as a shooting guard. So I think next season Peyton Pritchard starts. JD is their backup, but you still need some depth there. So I'm gonna go
30 seconds.
Ben Saraf.
Okay, I like it.
I was gonna go with him at 30.
I mean, you just need.
But yeah,
I
think
it's depth.
I think it's a good pick.
I'll give it a B-. I'll give it a B. I'll give it a flat B. I think it's a good pick. He's a good all-around guard who can do pretty much everything on the floor.
Yeah.
And Colio?
It's not my pick. It's your pick.
No, I was asking what you.
What do I think of the pick?
What do you think of?
Well, yeah, I said it was a good pick because I was going to take him at 30. So,
what's the grade?
Yeah, I mean he's a 6'5" guard. Could play the 1, could play the 2. So can Derek White. I think Joe Mazzulla is a great coach. I think he'll figure it out. But yeah, this is a great pick from Brad Stevens.
All right.
If I had to give a letter, I would say.
You mean Anthony Stevens?
B+.
All right,
B
I
plus,
like
I'll
it.
take it. B plus, I'll take it.
Well, you guys are probably gonna hate me for this pick because I've had a little time to look it over and think about it.
F.
The Phoenix
F.
Suns with the 29th pick. They took Colin Murray.
Wait,
Boyles
who'd they go with
10th pick.
with their first pick?
We took Colin Murray Boyles with that pick. Now, something that they
Hmm.
are missing is center. This guy has been climbing up on my board for a little while now. I'm not sure why, but he's a very fun he's a fun player to watch. I'm gonna go with Hansen Yang out of China with the number 29th pick
Oh,
in the
dude, you
NBA
didn't.
draft.
I'm giving you an F. I'm giving you an F.
Listen, I don't think it's a bad pick, bro. He's a good post player. He's a good defender in the post. Yeah, he's a little slow on the outside, but that's okay. That's what Edie is. He's a better 3-point shooter than Edie. He has very good touch in the paint, and he uses his length well. Like I like him. I think that's something that Phoenix. I don't know if they would necessarily go out for because they can also take the guy from Creighton if they want to. But I think this is what I'm gonna pick if I'm them, just for fun. He's also a terrible ball handler. I forgot to mention he is a terrible ball handler. But besides that,
That's
he's
maybe
good
the
with
most surprising pick. That we've done.
Hey,
All
man.
of the other picks are fine, except for that.
I mean, he's not that far behind Ryan Kalkbrenner and Yannick Konen. He's climbed up the boards, bro, for just in general.
I just view him as a second round prospect. I get 29 is like a fine range, but I mean, in
reality, I could have gone Tyrese. I could have gone
29.
Tyrese Proctor or someone, but I think that's a position in need. But it's fine.
That
It's fine.
also would have been a bad pick.
All right. Well, so I get an F.
It
Anthony,
gets
what are you
tough
gonna
though
give me?
around here.
It's my second F of the day. What are you gonna give me? My third F of the day?
Now I'll give you a C on that one.
Okay, I'll take it. A C minus or a C plus?
No,
Or just flat?
come on, give him a D at
Flat
least.
I'll take it.
Hey, C's get degrees.
Give him a D at least. Come on.
What was Kalel? What was Kalel? Where's draft rating? What was it? I definitely don't remember it being an A or a B. I definitely don't remember it being that. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah,
all I
it was-
gotta say.
Yeah, and
I mean,
it took
it was a
how many
B. It
games
was a
to
B.
play him?
We'll figure that out. Whatever.
Oh,
Anyways.
gosh.
All right, Kolia with the last pick in the Section 305 NBA mock draft. With the 30th pick, you are going to be selecting for your
2025.
LA Clippers.
Yes, my Los Angeles Clippers. So what do we need, right? Oh boy.
You are on the clock.
I think
The
you need more
fact that Ben Simmons was our backup center in the playoffs was the most depressing thing I have ever seen. So we need a center who can back up a most improved player of the year finalist in Ivica Zubac. I'm going to go with Kalkbrenner here. I don't know why Nick didn't take him at 29. I think the Clippers would love this pick at 30. He's 7'3", 260 pounds. He's a center. He's a bit older, so he's 23. But he's another great defender, and he's a guy that, like, when Zubac comes off, the Clippers are significantly worse. I think they need to develop him a little bit, which could be concerning because he's 23. But I think Ty Lue will, and this Clippers staff would love to have a guy like Ryan Kalkbrenner on their team. I could see us going Cam Jones too. I could see us going Cam Jones with this pick. I think we need a backup guard.
That's what I would have taken. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I think we need a backup point guard. But I would rather take a free agent. I would rather sign a free agent point guard this year rather than a center. So that would be kind of why I went Kalkbrenner rather than Cam Jones there.
I could have left you Yang if you really wanted him. I know you really wanted Yang.
No, I definitely didn't want Hansen Yang. I don't think Hansen Yang's going to be bad. I just don't think he should be 29th picked.
Well, with the full
He'll
summary,
be a good
though,
G League player. Don't worry.
Well, we just finished our full draft. We have the full summary on. I'm looking at the full summary right now. Overall, you did a good job, guys. Did a really good job.
Overall,
Yeah,
I would give us a
it was
B
not bad.
plus.
besides Hansen Yang, even with Hansen Yang, you're going to give me a B plus. You're going to give us a B plus.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because there were some
Alright.
picks that could have been better, but there's always room to improve, and maybe we're right on some picks. Who knows? So
Hey man, I mean, listen, we didn't get to do the trades today, but obviously there's going to be trades in the NBA. It's just if we did trades, we would have been here for another hour probably.
Yeah.
But I at least think our top three is right, and then from there, well, it's going to be a field day for everyone
knows?
else.
Oh
It's
wow!
gonna be a
So with the fourth,
field
so
day.
the fourth was what really threw off the trajectory.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yes.
that fourth pick was that was at a left. That's a good. I like it because it's at a left field, but that's why I picked Hansen Yang at the 29th pick.
No, I mean I've seen the Bleacher Report go with they went with Malawak at 4, and it wouldn't surprise me. I just don't think that's going to be the move for them.
Oh. All right, boys. Well,
All right.
do we have any any other comments to say before we start wrapping up our specials for today?
Yeah. Pat Riley. Just please, for the love of God, please retire.
Somebody muted Mike.
No one wants to work with Pat Riley now, which is it's so sad. It really is so sad.
No, and just like learning more about like how they barely made like a strong offer for Kevin Durant. Like you essentially
It was
did
a pretty
more.
weak offer. I told you.
It was an offer of Terry Rozier. Yeah, already off to bad start. Andrew Wiggins,
Yeah.
Highsmith, Jovic, and the 20th pick.
Yeah, that wasn't a move that Phoenix was going to make. And I think they had no leverage. I don't really think Miami had any leverage. I would rather have the 10th pick than the 20th pick in this draft for sure. Because, I mean, Nick took Traore, but I think 10, you have more of a chance. In a good draft like this, you have a better chance of hitting on somebody at 10 rather than at 20. So
Yeah,
that's
right
ultimately why I think he went to Houston.
It's just right now tough times in Miami.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully those times can get better, and I really pray they get better. But I did just get a report that the Lakers are checking in on Andrew Wiggins right now.
They are, but I don't see that because I think the Lakers' main priority is really just adding centers. Because they right now they have none at all. So I think that's the main priority.
Hey man, they got Jackson Hayes.
He's gone. He's gone.
Cole, do you have anything to say before we wrap up the episode?
He's a free agent, but not just that. The Lakers are not re-signing him.
Yeah. I mean, just this was a fun little experiment. I mean, this was a special coming to you live. We haven't been live in like almost 2 months. So, just
technically we've never been live, technically speaking.
Well, okay, yeah. So be sure to just like and subscribe to the channel. Just we're trying to grow. So yeah, pretty much it.
Well,
yeah, should be a good one. Still more moves to be made.
Until next time, guys.
Well, I would like to wrap it. I guess I was gonna say very quickly. Well, I appreciate you guys for watching. Whoever did watch, and I hope these guys. Oh my God! Hope to see you guys next time on the next episode. God,
we should have an episode out on Thursday or Friday. We should have an episode.
Thursday we should be able to have it. Yeah.
All right. Well, see you guys.
Yeah.
Adios.